Hey, in today's video, I want to show you around my editing desk. Now, this is part of the office, which I'm sort of looking around, you can't see it. Over yonder, we have fridges and sinks and stuff like that, and coffee making paraphernalia. Over there is where Alistair lives. We've got the green wall just there, which we sort of shoot videos like this on when I can't be bothered to set up a background. And here I've got shelves which go 14 foot in the air, storing all the kit. So it's a bit frantic. There's also Moggy's cat tree directly behind you guys. It's a bit frantic, but this is where I spend most of my time. So the view in this direction is very important to me. Now, I've painted it grey, but I've put some kicker lights back there just for this video. They wouldn't normally be there. The reason I've done it is it just looks a bit flat, to be honest. It's like 8 o'clock at night, so bear with me. Now, I'm going to talk you through my desk setup, why it's set up the way it is. I'm not going to go fully into workflow because that's a video in itself, and I don't want you to have to watch a 30-minute video to get 10 minutes of information. But any questions that you do have, pop them in the comments below so I can be sure that I pick up on those. Now, the whole desk, cheap as chips, it's just some plywood painted, and then we've got some like £10 IKEA legs stuck underneath it, drilled it into the wall as well with a baton. Pretty simple stuff. My chair is an Amazon chair. It was like £200. It works for me. I've had more expensive ones and less expensive ones, but this one at the moment keeps me pretty pain-free in my neck and back because, contrary to popular belief, we don't shoot all that often. I've probably not shot a camera for 10 days. This is the first one I'm using one in 10 days. I had to find my batteries because I couldn't find them. I spent a lot of time sat here building quotes, treatments, all of that sort of stuff, admin beyond belief. So it's important that it works for me. Now, this whole setup behind me is built around a MacBook Pro from 2015, which is so old, but it does the job. It's quad core, 17 gig of RAM, 16 gig of RAM sounds more likely, 16 gig of RAM. And it's pretty basic. I'm going to get a new computer soon. I'm not sure what yet. I am torn between whatever new Mac Mini comes out in the Pro line, whatever new MacBook Pro 16-inch comes out, or a custom-built PC. We'll see. And when I do that, I'll let you know what I got and why. But for the meantime, this is the job. It can handle 100 megapixel raw files from phase 1, so it's all right. Now, that's plugged into 2 BenQ monitors that I can never remember the names of, so I'll pop that in the description below. And the way that I work it is the monitor to my right, or that way, that's the monitor that has my list, my emails and all that sort of stuff on. It's not color accurate. I could calibrate it, but I don't. And the one directly behind me is the one that I calibrate and edit on. It is perfectly set up in terms of distance for my special glasses that I use to edit with, and also in terms of height and all that sort of stuff. It's calibrated every time I do anything color critical. And that's not just retouching, that's also updating my website, building a treatment. Anytime that I just want to make sure that my balance of colors is good and it presents well and the visuals are important. And I use a Data Color Elite for that, so I'll pop a link to that as well. Now, coming out of my laptop is a single USB, and that goes into a 10 dock powered USB 3 sort of bonanza, which I didn't even know existed, but it means that that one dock is now 10 docks at the same power as I understand it. From there, I have my 2 G drives, which I'm working on, and they are mirrored, and they're also mirrored to Backblaze. And then I currently have a huge Western Digital 14 terabyte drive, which I'm just offloading a load of projects onto, and that lives at home. That's my offsite backup, which will also be linked to Backblaze because everything's linked to Backblaze. I've got a huge computer in there, which has about 40 terabytes of hard drives, going up to Backblaze of my old work, which is not really that important anymore to me, but I don't know what else to do with it, so let me know what. I don't want to delete it, and I also know if I just store the hard drives, eventually I'll plug them in one day and they just won't spin, so I'm kind of got a backup for stuff that I don't even know what's on there. But anyway, that's digressing massively. Audio-wise, I've got a couple of monitors either side of me, and they're on these little foam pads, so there's getting a bit of buzz through the desk. And that seems to have solved it. And they're decent, they weren't too expensive. I'll try and find where I got them from and pop a link below. I don't know much about audio, which you're probably getting from the audio quality in this, but I'm trying to learn. It's one of those little things I'd like, try and learn one thing each time. So we've got those. I've then got a Scarlett interface going in, and they've got some nice headphones for editing my audio so I can tell how bad it sounds, not necessarily knowing how to fix it, but I can hear it. And then into that, I've got an NT1 Rode or NT1 Rode mic, which has like a little pop filter here, which is what I do all of my portfolio reviews, my one-to-ones with. I often hook up a DSLR here and do my meetings in here to make it look all pretty and nice. The good audio for that is so important, and having it set up means that if I need to do a review, all I do is open the file, pull the microphone out and hit screen record, and it is good to go. It has to be time efficient. My days are insane at the moment. Over here in the UK, the schools are closed, so we're homeschooling until 3 PM. Then I jump in my car, drive to the studio, get here for 3:30, and then I'm sort of doing work until about 11 o'clock at night, get home, do a little bit more when I get back until midnight or just gone midnight, sleep for a bit, wake up at 6, crack on again. So everything has to be efficient. This is why my cameras are set up in the way they are. Everything's set up for pure efficiency as well. So that's very important. Now, in terms of editing, I use a Wacom tablet, and with that, I often have the Apple trackpad. So I have my trackpad in this hand and my tablet in this hand. It's the Bluetooth medium or large size, but I don't use the Bluetooth, it's a little bit temperamental. I use the USB cable, which is much more solid. Likewise, I have the MX Master keys and mouse, and they also run through USB wireless rather than Bluetooth. I just find that I don't know if it's something with the building, but it doesn't work very well in here. It's fine at home, but not great in here. So they just sit in that USB dock, just ticking along. Lighting wise, I use the BenQ lights. So I've got the BenQ LED reader here, and I've got one of the screen bars over there. When you're working late at night, it's nice to have nice light, and it stops me getting those horrific headaches that you sort of get coming in from here when you've just been editing for that little bit too long, and it helps loads. They're quite pricey, but worth the money at the same time. I'll try and pop some links for those if you can still get them somewhere. These links may or may not be affiliate links. It depends how much time I have. It takes a long time to build affiliate links, and it's not really worth the money if I'm honest, so they'll probably just be links. Then we have all the normal stuff around here. So the risers that my monitors are on are also USB docks, and they have wireless charging for my phone, so I can just pop my phone down, it charges. I've got a little pegboard behind, so I can just hang my keys up so I have to worry about losing them and finding them every day. And then we've got the office phone, the office answer machine. I've got these, how do you pronounce them? Levoit, sounds very French. Air cleaners, got 3 of those in here. We've got a mist machine, which sort of keeps the air from being too dry from all the artificial heat. I've got your shredders, your printers, the Eco Tank from Epson, so it sort of just keeps ticking over forever and ever. And it's all based around comfort and efficiency. Nothing is ever too far away that I need often. If I need it regularly on a daily basis, it's already plugged in. It's already good to go. Everything's already wired up, right down to my laptop charger. I have one here and one at home and one in my bag. So if I need to plug my laptop in here, all the cables that go into my laptop to make this rig behind me work, they're all kind of tied together, and they just jam them in. And then when I get home, there's one already near the sofa, and I just pop it in. And if I'm out in a cafe, which, let's be honest, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I've got one in my bag and I can just pop it in. It's all about efficiency. Now the last thing in here, which is slightly odd, but is also about efficiency, is I have one of those camera doorbells, and it's rigged up to the iPad back there. And that is simply so I don't have to take door calls, as it were, if I don't want to. If I'm not expecting a delivery and a delivery man's ringing the doorbell, I'm one of the first doors they come to. So they often ring my door and go, where's this place? And by the time I've walked there and came back in, I've lost 10 minutes of my life. So I can see that and I don't answer it. It's not my job to give directions. Also, I get people, or not so much anymore, but I used to get people just dropping by all the time. So now I just sort of pretend I'm not in here when I'm working. But there we go. So this is my desk. I'm going to do a full office tour at some point, but I'm going to break it down to little bits because it'll just be long and boring otherwise. But this is my setup. I'm pretty happy with all of it. I want a better data setup at some point and a better computer, but this here works for me. And we will go fully into my workflow in a separate video. So if you have questions on workflow, let me know down below and I'll make sure I address those. If you want to learn more about being a commercial photographer and what it's like to be a commercial photographer, do hit subscribe because I'm going to hopefully be having videos coming out every week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.